So there's this YouTuber guy named Leaf. He's got 7,000 subscribers and he's been working on a game called ClashBots. Or at least, I think that's what it was called. I've been watching pretty much all of his streams. It looks super sick, and recently he tweeted out that he needed a builder. Then I said, put me in, coach, and he DM'd me this on Discord. This is the current lobby for his game, which, well, it's not exactly that appealing. Here's the notes I have. A sci-fi theme, which, way out of my wheelhouse, but I'm hoping for the best. This should let me step out of my comfort zone and hopefully make something better than I ever have. The next thing is 6 locations within the lobby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and maybe 6, who knows? It's not really there yet. But with this template that he sent me, it's very easy to see what he's going for. Here's the image he sent me for the layout. Garage, shop, summon, clans, battle, and PvP, and clash. This is 6 items. He did say he's pretty much have creative freedom on everything. So I don't want to do a symmetrical lobby. I just feel like that's a bit boring. Anyways, I'm gonna block out a lobby, get a good layout going, hopefully some elevation changes. All right, fellas, I might have gotten a little bit carried away, but I really didn't actually do that much, if you look at it, okay? So I added these parts for the buildings that just have decals on them. Disgusting, I know, but it gets the point across. And here's what I got going down. So the shop is going to be a corner building sort of in the back, but I'm hoping to make it look pretty grand in here. Right here, I want to do like a hologram globe thing, maybe. I'm not exactly sure. Some sort of hologram. I think that'd be sick. And then this will be indoors, of course, like a whole building built around it. Right here, we have the battle in the PvP. I just thought it was a good spot for it. Then down here, for the garage, I made it into an underground parking garage. I feel like that'll be super sick, and it was a nice way to add a bit of height variation to the lobby. Over here, we have the clash thing. I just kind of used what he already made and repositioned them to make them look like this, just as a proof of concept. I'll have to change it all quite a bit here in a bit. We've got steps up to the clans, and then we're going down once again for the summons. Also, apologies in advance. This may be a bit of a longer video. First thing I need to do is go into Blender, and I'm gonna make a pillar. I don't know exactly what kind yet. I want to do square, but I don't know if that's too simple. I could just use Roblox parts for that, I guess. I need some pipes along the roofs, and then some sort of like cool light type thing. We definitely need to remake this. There we go. We got a few very simple shapes. This light, I have a reference, and it has like this type of light in a parking garage. I don't really think it works, but I'm gonna just try it and hope for the best, I think. Well, it looks like Roblox just doesn't want me to work today. Why? Hello? I think I'm done with the garage. Obviously, out here still needs to be done, but for the inside, we have a cell and a fuse place. I just put some of the BattleBot pieces over there. Don't know exactly what you'll be able to do over there yet. And then a Robux item purchase stand. But I think it turned out pretty dang cool. Oh man, it's been a few days. I did the stream, which was like not really productive. The shop also looks so much different than it did on this stream. We have this cool thing in here. That's about it. I need to make an NPC spot and all that, but I don't feel like working on the shop today, and Leaf doesn't exactly know what he wants in here. So let's move on to a different spot. I built this Clash Arena. You'll be able to go in here and talk to each NPC, and the goal is to beat all 5 of them. I don't know much more of the gameplay other than that, but I do think this area turned out pretty dang cool. This is a force field. I'm not sure how you get it, if it's like a buyable or what, so we're just gonna kind of leave that for now. And then these are daily PvP crates, which I'm guessing he doesn't need me to remake because they're already here and he added them in here. But we will put a pedestal under each of them, which we might need to give them a little bit more space. In fact, I'm just gonna ungroup this so it'll be a lot easier to work on. We'll move this out some, and all of these, let's just move over. Copy the position of the crate and paste it to the position of that. And now we can just move this down a bit. I do think it'll be kind of cool to have them floating, so I am gonna do that. And we just need one of these for all of them. There's 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. We have 4. I guess we'll have to move them a little closer to the door. Also, I think these would look a bit cooler if we gave them more shape, not really a straight line. So like if we brought the first ones out a little bit and then grab the second ones here and here, bring those out a little bit. And now we just have more of a, I don't know, just more of a shape to it. All right, so the goal here is to make a lesser detailed version of his UI. And I also want it to match itself. So let's kind of go, let's see. We're gonna go all the way out and I'm gonna just match all of the sides. His UI is not symmetrical, but I think for the billboards, they should be because we're not gonna have like this on it or the X button, for example. All right, I just finished it up. I cleaned it up a little bit and separated it so I can color it in studio. I also, I don't need the back. So there was no point on having all that extra topology back here if it's gonna be up against a wall anyways. So, there it is. Let's go back into Studio and get the... What are we doing? Clan / PvP part? I already forgot what it's called. Battle or PvP? This will also let us space them out a little bit more as well. Just put them here for now. And let's put this to like 1 stud. And then we're just going to move that out 1. Then grab those and move them out 1. And do the same for this side. Just to give more space overall. Perfect. Let's go ahead and put the force field on 1 side, like so. And that daily box can be on the other side. Let's line those up, though. We'll put it something like that. And then let's see. We had season countdown and match UI history he had on the back wall, which I think could still be on the back wall. There we go. Oh, that looks so much better than just a part. I'm not the UI guy, so I'm not gonna worry about making that look too good. PvP leaderboard. Maybe we could keep both things on 1 side and then have like a pretty grand leaderboard on the other side. Let's try to do something like this. I'm gonna go back into Blender and make like a longer version of this, like a little thinner and longer, and then put it over here. So there will be like some sort of a leaderboard, and then we'll be able to actually start decorating the area itself. All right, I just sent an update to Leaf. He likes this area, and he likes how this one's coming along. I'm not a big fan of this area. I like it, but like, I also don't. I have an idea, and I just don't know how to like do it exactly. But like a dome roof with like this as like suspended but thicker, and then like lighting on this, not just a neon part. That's what I would like to do. Do we think the floor even needs to be different? Like, what if it was just like an extension of the sidewalk and it felt like it was supposed to be there? Let's give that a go and just see how we're looking. I mean, I'm not mad at it, actually. It feels a little, I don't know, we could put this on the side of the building. We could have more buildings back here. Like, this could be fully blocked off, maybe? Maybe some of these walls. I'm gonna have to figure this part out now, but I don't hate it being part of the sidewalk. It opens the lobby up a little bit. I'm gonna leave it like this for now. It should come more to life when all these buildings aren't just placeholders. Now, do I want to get back to this Clash area? I really want to make it inside, bro, but how do I do the half dome ceiling? All right, fellas, mess around in Blender. I did. Here it is. Very simple, like low poly building. But my goal is to use materials and some other props from the map to make it look even better. So here's what I got. I want this ring to be dark, like super dark. So the lights pop off it real nice. But then it means the inside of the building needs to be super dark. But I don't want the inside of the building to be dark. I really like the idea of a force field or like a half globe top for this place. And I don't know. Oh, dude, it's so much better. It's like, listen, I know there might be somebody in the comments that's like, oh, it was better beforehand. I don't think so, all right? This was the beforehand, which was all right, but it was very clearly studio parts. I mean, look at some of these cheapskate things, right? Like, I put these down so it would block off this gap. Very lazy, very lazy. The caution things were just very Z-fighty and not really great, and everything just looked too simple for your boy. But now, if we go down into the map, into the Clash area, I still have to make the steps. I'll make them match those steps pretty well. But look at that. That's so much better, bro. Oh, I have re-excited myself to work on this commission. This thing is sick. This is exactly how I wanted the lights it was definitely worth redoing it for me. Now, if I can make everything in the game look this nice and make it all mesh together well, oh, this area is almost done. Once I get the buildings done, it'll be sick. The garage is already done. We are looking pretty good, guys. But the shop, we have the floor decals, which we'll be able to put around. We need some sort of area for this NPC. We'll probably have one of these out here as that ring, like, hey, interact with the shop. So we'll make that neon and scale it quite a bit. Maybe we'll end up using this whole back area. That might be cool. Some sort of a desk right there. We'll need wall designs, of course, lights, of course, but I'm not really too concerned with it right now. Over here is looking pretty dang nice as well, and all we have left is summons and clans. But we'll get some steps here, some flags, and maybe like a shield on the back wall. That might look kind of cool. I like the idea of keeping it kind of outside though. I think I'm gonna copy these and add them on this wall just for some more dimension. We're gonna make those a little bit different though. How about bring the sides out, maybe make the bottom a bit darker, some sort of metal, or it already is metal, okay. We'll add a neon beam on them, and we'll do like a super light pink, almost a white. Group that together, and we'll put those, let's see how this looks if we put them in the middle like these. I don't think that's too bad, and it just adds some dimension to the buildings. We need something on the side of this. I don't really know what's gonna be over here. I might just run a bunch of buildings again. Oh yeah, that's coming together for sure. We need some decoration out here on the sides, which luckily I've got a few options now. We've got some cool pipes. We have these things, which I just been kind of copying and pasting around. It's a very small detail, but it's nice. This thing doesn't really make sense, so let's move it back a little bit. Grab some of these pipes for even more decoration over here. We'll go about here and scale them up a good bit. Not too bad. Guys, I don't know exactly what I'm doing with clans. Probably some flags, some steps, and some shields. I'll get that done, and maybe put a couple more of these buildings in the background. Let's duplicate this one, kind of just move them over here, just to make the map seem a little more enclosed and filled up. Make sure that's not going into there. It almost is. But overall, I mean, this map is almost done. All right, fellas, it's time to finish this thing up. This is what I came up with for the summons area. I think it needs more, but Leaf likes it how it is, so I'm gonna keep it like this for now. I'm not sure what else I could really add. Maybe just a design on the floor would be sick. Let's see if we have any options there. And then all that's really left is the shop, which, yeah, he just kind of told me what he wanted in there. And we will, you know, we'll figure it out, but let's see. I know there's like a very over-exaggerated metal thing. Tile? Maybe tile? I mean, it helps. It's a little bit better now. But then I'm gonna have to fix these because they're not lining up, and it's gonna drive me absolutely bananas. Let's see. Can I get lucky? Can I just duplicate? Shrink it on both sides evenly? Little something like so. I mean, it's better. There's no such thing as perfection, sadly. But it's definitely better. I also added in these power lines. The last thing we have to do is the shop. So I've got this big hovery thing, like a hologram of the bot. I think that's pretty cool. These are going to be the ground design. I'll just kind of move those around as needed. We need a desk here for the shop. I need to design the walls, and Leaf said he wanted an NPC to open the shop, a small display podium for daily parts. See first image. Daily deals, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it looks like 4 of those. A billboard UI display for the starter pack, display for VIP, section that displays crates, and cool looking decor. He also sent me a couple files, so let's see what's in those. Okay, we have the starter pack and the crates, it looks like. Oh my gosh, there's actually a lot of stuff that I'm not sure where I want to put this. I just sent an update screenshot to my man Leaf, and he says he likes it so far. Or he said, I actually really like it already, because I said it needs more. And I didn't know what exactly more, but he wants me to add these. We have a mythic. This one is purple, so let me just grab my little sliders here and go to a purple. Beautiful. Absolutely fantastic. This one's blue. This plugin, by the way, guys, HSV sliders, oh, it's so nice. Like, instead of clicking every part, I just, you know, I just changed the color like this. Is great. And then this one's got to be green. But I feel like since it's common, it should be a little desaturated. Like it shouldn't feel as good. All right, fellas. I've done some more decorating. Some beautiful stuff around the map. The shop, I added more of the bot parts in here. I think that's really, really cool. I really like the crates over here, but I feel like they're taking up too much space. Can I, like, maybe, you know what? I'm going to get rid of 2 of them, and I'm going to just have, like, 1 kind of sitting over here. I think that's probably a little bit better for that area. We got some more parts on the walls to decorate all of this. I'm sure these gray boxes will go away, you know, when the player's actually in here. More parts for the bots. Hologram. Hopefully he makes that like floating or something, maybe spinning. That'd be really cool. And the shop overall is done, I think. Unless you want something else. We got out here. I got the workspace somewhat organized. We have each point of interest and then decor. And yeah, this is all temp UI, but you know, UI is not exactly my job on this project. So that is going to look even cooler. I can't wait till he gets his NPCs in here and gets them all animated and stuff. I think it'll be absolutely fire. But that will wrap it up for today's video. If you did enjoy and want to see more content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.